NBA2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA. A view of the Atlanta skyline and all the action below. As from the 17th. Now it's ended down to David Aldridge.
Well,
thanks. He's a great passer, David. There's no doubt he can set the table.
And the Hawks in the last couple seasons with some roster turnover, established veterans departing, and now with Millsap leaving, they have embraced a complete rebuild.
Here's the starting group for Houston. Filling out the wings, it's Harden and Ariza. Clint Capella is out there with P.J. Tucker. And it's Paul in at the 1. Dedmon kicks to Teletovic. Good work defensively by Capella. And so here is Houston. To the inside. The rebound by Prince. Schroeder with the ball. Teletovic with a screen on Paul. Schroeder dishes to Teletovic. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder.
This is how confident Teletovic is. Wastes no time at all in getting the shot off after getting the pass.
Screen by Capella. A shot by Paul, nobody around, and it's good. He planted his feet on the pick and shielded the defender off.
Great job of utilizing that screen and finding space to knock down the jumper. Good basketball.
Prince outside. Shoots. Shot's good by Dedmon. Hawks on D. It's a three-point game. Paul passes to Capella. And the shot goes down.
Not a lot the defense can do defensively there. I mean, Capella is just a big guy. And he's got a nice touch, too.
Schroeder against Paul. And Paul over to help. Schroeder kicks it to Bazemore. Pass to Dedmon. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
And a hard finish there, guys.
Yeah, and only one hand needed for that one.
Sometimes that's all you need.
And it's out of bounds to the Rockets as Houston retains possession. Now, here is Harden, guarded closely. Paul with the bucket.
No problem at all operating in the paint for Chris Paul. He shoots an excellent percentage, even down there amongst the trees.
Dedmon in the corner from past the arc. And the rebound goes to the Rockets.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Agree with you there, partner, because that screen really freed him up nicely, and that's a shot that if you're a pro, you need to make that one.
And you know about Harden's shooting and his ability to get to the line and all that, but you know, Clark, what some people don't realize is just how fast he's going end to end. I mean, he can just blow by players in the open floor.
Yeah, he's got deceptive speed, Kevin, and part of that is how he's worked to change his body from his college days at Arizona State to who he is in the NBA. He slimmed down a bit, but he still has that strength and that barrel-chestedness that allows him to play so well through contact. But you're right, his speed is lethal and deceptive.
You know, Clark, for all the talk of Russell Westbrook he had with his triple-doubles in the record-setting season, James Harden was a force in that department as well. Second in the league in scoring. And in triple-doubles, it was just a huge part of why he had such a claim to the MVP award.
Well, you know what? Harden was fantastic and had a phenomenal year, a record-setting type individual performance for Harden. But as hard as he worked, still not quite enough to get to the top of the MVP ladder.
Kicks it out to Ariza. Clock at 6. Foul on the play. Basket counts, so it'll be a three-point play chance.
You know, we talk about Harden's skill set, which is superb, but there's no quit in this guy. He's got a great competitive spirit. And even when you bang him and bump into him, he just muscles through that and says, play on.
Here's Dedmon. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Dedmon's got 6.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Boy, it's a thing of beauty watching him attack the defense like that. I mean, they wanted no part of him on that layup.
Back to Teletovic. And Capella over to help. Jacks up a 3. Rebounded by Tucker. Houston in the lead. Now, here is Harden. Dedmon with the block. Schroeder dishes to Teletovic. That shot, no good. And the Rockets take it the other way. Here's Harden. Atlanta with the rebound.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Here's Schroeder. There's the dish to Dedmon. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession. And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. Going up, Clark, you were Mr. Basketball USA, a national ranking. Be truthful. How dominant were you in high school in Cleveland, Ohio?
I was a really good high school player, considered one of the top 2 or 3 in the country in 1979, which was actually perhaps the best high school class ever. Documented by many who follow the game: Isaiah Thomas and Sam Bowie, James Worthy, Ralph Sampson, Dale Ellis, Terry Cummings, Dominique Wilkins. I could go on and on. A terrific class, and I was considered at the top of that class as a high schooler.
Here's Delaney, guarded by Green. 1:06 left to play in the first quarter. It's Harden with the drive, and he's fouled on the shot. One free throw coming up.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Here's Delaney, guarded by Green. Latre. The Hawks again can't hit. Houston leading by 7. Here's Harden. Lays it up and banks it in. Harden's got 12 points in the game.
Superb shooting from Harden. Phenomenal at scoring over and through aggressive defense.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks.
And with the Tide running against them, needs to talk it over with his guys.
You're exactly right. Halting the other team's run momentarily. Let's see what he comes up with now, Greg.
Gerald Henderson, he's checked in for the Hawks. Atlanta's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Delaney, the pass to Dorsey. Collins kicks to Muscala. Can they get it? Still looking for his first make after that miss. He's 0 for 2. Ball outside. Out left to the wing. And Anderson kicks to Paul. To the inside. Johnson dishes to Anderson. That's in, coming off an assist from Johnson.
Starting to surge here, and we're only in the first quarter.
Yeah, and they've come out strong. I mean, clearly they've been the better team so far.
James Harden get it. He talked to Chris Paul, and it's clear he was
Fortunately, I've always been vertically challenged.
vertically challenged. That's classic coming from Chris Paul, but You know, seriously, Greg, he's taken that challenge and made the most of what he's got. A terrific play.
Really, and you know what? He's actually turned that challenge on his head when he goes right at much bigger players and uses their size against them.
Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Rockets?
With the aggression they're showing early on, I mean, they're driving it to the hoop with authority and force.
Yeah, also something I like out of them so far, they're throwing their bodies around in the paint, and the physicality is taking its toll.
So on the floor for Houston, there's Paul and Gordon are the backcourt pair. Anderson is out there with Luke and Mbah-a-Moute. And it's Johnson in at the 3 slot. Here's Paul. Anderson with the screen for Paul. Anderson outside. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Anderson's got 5 now. And we all know that Mike D'Antoni is one of the most respected offensive minds in basketball. You look at his coaching tree, and there are branches all over the NBA. He has a lot of respect from his peers.
I mean, when you have sustained success like D'Antoni has had, the respect comes with that track record of success. D'Antoni has a great working relationship with a lot of other coaches as well.
Johnson in the corner. 6 on the shot clock. Anderson outside. Shoots over Henderson. And that one comes up a bit short. The Hawks trail by 10. Here's Delaney. Connects from three-point range. For Houston, they've gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. And they double up Paul. Kicks to Mbah-a-Moute. The 3. And it's Delaney with the rebound. For Atlanta, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. And that one's good by Henderson.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Well, it was a slow start, but they've gone from simmer to medium heat, and they're bordering on hot to close this gap.
Passes it to Mbah-a-Moute. To the paint, Johnson. Gordon with no one around. Another miss by Houston. For Atlanta, they've gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. Here's Collins. Back to Delaney from beyond the arc. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2. Houston's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. The kick out to Anderson. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got 3 assists in the game. To the wing right side. Collins passes to Muscala. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Anderson against Collins. And they pick up 2. Muscala's got 4 this quarter.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
And they keep hammering away at them inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
And that one's good by Henderson.
And he found a perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
Houston's gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first.
And Gerald Henderson spent the 2017 season with the 76ers. He grew up in Philly. His dad played for the Sixers, and he's got some Philly toughness about it. Not shy about mixing it up out there.
It's deflected. Now the Hawks moving it the other way. Here's Delaney, defended by Paul. Here's Muscala. Another 3 for Atlanta. Gerald Henderson has always been an impressive athlete, but Greg, his shooting has really come along.
Yeah, he's revamped his shooting form, put in a ton of hours, and you're starting to see it on the court. That 3-ball becoming a much bigger part of his game.
Boy, the floor awareness of Chris Paul. Got to respect that. I mean, whenever one of his guys is open, he's getting the ball to him quickly and on time.
really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Here's Harden. Here's Capella. And fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts and a chance for one more here.
And, you know, Capella is so strong that you really got to wrap him up if you're going to commit the foul on him.
The Rockets have shot 80% from the line tonight, going 4 of 5 so far. Well, Swiss center Clint Capella is up there as one of the most efficient players in the league. He's only 22, but he's efficient mostly because all his shots come right at the basket, right on the doorstep. Last season, he finished near the top of the league, in fact, in field goal percentage.
And for a while, he was leading the league, if I recall correctly, Kevin. Capella knows who he is, what he's about, and what his team needs from him. So he finishes off his chances that are created by guards penetrating. Not flashy, but very effective.
Right wing for the three. Dedmon's shot is off. For Houston, they've gone 5 of 12 from the field here in the second. Ariza kicks to Green. It's stolen by Schroeder.
And 2 for 1. That's what they'd like to get right now.
That would be ideal, and that's exactly what they'll try to do. They don't need to rush it, just need to get a quality shot, and quickly.
Pass to Dedmon. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Dedmon's got it all tied up now for the Hawks. Harden outside. And it's Ariza in the corner. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got 3 assists now in this one.
Outstanding presence of mind. Harden is constantly looking for the open shooter.
1 second left, and released it in time, but it's off the mark. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game.
Thanks, Kev.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the halftime show on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here with James Harden. Led the way in the first half. He had 14 points, 3 assists, and 1 rebound. He's definitely heated up over the last few games, and we're seeing some of that same recipe here tonight. Kenny, what'd you think about? And that will...
We return to Atlanta with a spectacular look from above. The sky view Ferris wheel there in the back. Houston leading by 3. Schroeder and Bazemore are in the backcourt. Prince out there with Mirza Teletovic. And it's Dedmon in at the pivot spot manning the middle. They're the group for Mike Budenholzer starting the second half. Prince outside, fires from deep, sinks the triple. Prince has got his team on the board first here in the second half for Atlanta. Clark, trying to find players that complement each other is such a big factor in the NBA. How much do differing styles of play matter for a low block pairing, for instance?
Kevin, I think it's critical. You need guys that have complementary skill. Somebody that can score it with his back to the basket deep in the post. And then that other big guy has to be more versatile. He has to be a good passer from every angle in the post area. And he has to be a guy who can make shots from that 12 to 17-foot range, so you have the kind of spacing that's ideal for 2 good inside players.
From deep Harden, here's Capella. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. 8 points for Clint Capella.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
The Hawks shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. And last year, one of the bigger surprises in the NBA, the Houston Rockets.
And remember, absent Dwight Howard, a lot of people thought maybe they're going to take a step back. And in the year where several other super teams in the league kind of took a step forward, the Rockets were able to hold their own. The team has a system that works, and they have bought into it. And top to bottom, they've been making smart decisions.
Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter. The feed now to Dedmon. And here's Bazemore. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
And every season, Capella has improved as a shot blocker. Timing, awareness, recognition. He's really good at erasing shot attempts.
Here's Harden. That's tipped. Here's Capella. Harden kicks to Capella. 4 on the clock. The shot, no good. Atlanta's gone downtown 13 times in this game, and they're just over 50%. 7 of 13 on threes. Now here's Bazemore, guarded by Harden. And the slam dunk by Bazemore.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points.
Hey, guys, I know I'm stating the obvious here, but those could be an important 2 points considering how close this game is.
There's the pick. Dishes to Dedmon. Fades back. It's good, and it's his 6th make against 11 attempts. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Schroeder against Green. Out to the wing. 3-pointer, Teletovic. Prince dishes to Dedmon. Looks good, is good. That's his 7th basket in 12 tries.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
And here's Green outside. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Green's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Schroeder passes to Bazemore. And Harden comes to help. Here's Schroeder. He kicks to Dedmon. Now Bazemore. Clock at 6. Back to Dedmon. Terrific design on the pick play. And he lays it in. Dedmon's got 17 now.
And you can see there the defender gets caught up on the pick.
I think he's got to be more aggressive, stronger, getting through those screens. Can't allow shooters that kind of space to pull the trigger.
Timeout called, the Rockets. And the Hawks with a completely new group on the floor. Rockets trail by 5. And going into last season, Kent Bazemore commanding a salary in excess of $17 million. Greg, how did an undrafted player coming off his first starting season in the league get that kind of salary?
Timing is everything. Reflection of the market. Well, you remember you had that huge spike in the cap. It's also a bet on his upside and work ethic. And with Bazemore, you see that the dedication to improve is there, and that's what made the Hawks comfortable with the contract.
Paul outside. Feeds it to Gordon. 1:25 left to play in the third. Paul kicks to Mbamute. That evens the score. Mbamute has got his 2nd basket of the game.
Wow, what a clever pass that time by Chris Paul.
There's the pass to Collins. He feeds it to Muscala. Here's Delaney. Kept alive. Houston's gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. And they have certainly been looking locked in offensively.
They sure have. Staying aggressive and playing under control.
They grab their own miss. It's tipped. Out of bounds. Rockets ball as Houston keeps possession.
And defensively, great anticipation, making a play there on the ball.
Well, the thing they did there, Greg, clogged up the passing lanes, playing them beautifully and making things hard for the opponent. That's really good defense.
Here's Dorsey. Banked in off the glass.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Here is Mbamute. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket. Atlanta's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Here's Delaney. He has 6. To the middle. Here's Muscala. It's tipped. They recover it. Moves back up. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Chris Paul picks up that one. The Hawks shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And the first one drops. That's also good. So he hits both free throws. Poked away. And as it goes out of bounds, Houston able to keep the ball here. Timeout called the Rockets.
And really, whether you're up or down, it's a game of adjustments.
Always. And having a good coach is critically important. I mean, you need somebody you can count on to make the right adjustment.
Got a piece of it. And offensively, a great show for the fans through the first 3 quarters. It's been a fun game to watch. Hawks lead by 4. And when we return, we'll get the 4th quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. Let's listen in on what Mike Budenholzer had to say to his team in the huddle.
Be more committed in the paint. Go Blood!
All right, we welcome you back to what's been a hard-fought battle. 4th quarter should be good. Timeout called the Rockets. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Mike D'Antoni was talking about with his team. He told his team to keep looking for those perimeter shots. He said their defense is not respecting us, so let's keep shooting until they come out on us, guys.
Schroeder with the ball. 4th quarter on the court for the Rockets. Paul and Harden, the star-studded backcourt. P.J. Tucker is out there with Trevor Ariza, and it's Capella in at the center.
1 made 3 for him for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
Paul kicks it to Tucker. Kicks it out to Ariza. Here's Harden on the wing. It's tipped, and they get it back. Jacks up a 3. Paul outside. Clark down low that time, and he got the 3-second call. The Hawks leading by 4. Now here's Schroeder. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. And here's Schroeder. He dishes it to Dedmon.
And guys, this is where their depth really comes into play. They've got such talent at that position. They'd love to have him out there, but they won't suffer much of a drop-off.
And you ask any Houston fan who the greatest player in the history of their franchise is, and they all say Hakeem Olajuwon. Clark, you played against Olajuwon. Just how great a player was he? And what does he mean to this Rockets franchise today?
Boy, he was special. A first ballot Hall of Famer, brought the only titles in franchise history to the Rockets, and could do everything you want from a big guy. Graceful, strong, a presence defensively and on the glass, unselfish. They called him Hakeem the Dream for good reason. That dude was a dream to play with and a nightmare for opponents.
Harden draws the double. Ariza, right side. Gordon gets to Ariza. Inside, and the dunk by Capella.
Hey, he's not going to mess that one up. Capella, when he's that close, count it.
Harden against Schroeder. About a minute and a half through the 4th quarter now. And Harden comes to help. Dedmon in the corner. Here's the three. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Harden against Schroeder. It's Harden with the drive. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in.
Whenever Harden sprints inside, man, I love it. Has so many ways he can finish near the basket.
Here's Schroeder down low. Dedmon. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. That's on Clint Capella. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Atlanta.
Fantastic passing. We saw it in the first half, and it's carried over here in the second.
Well, it's been a super performance from beyond the arc, too. I mean, they've been raining in those threes.
Dedmon with the block. And as it goes out of bounds, Houston able to keep the ball here. From deep, Harden.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
The Hawks leading by 3. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Dedmon in the corner. Fires for 3. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Harden against Schroeder. Screen by Capella. Harden outside. Lets it go from 14. Another miss by Harden.
And he's really trying to get them back into it, but the results just have not been there.
Ariza brings the double. Prince kicks it to Bazemore. Pass to Schroeder. Now the dish to Dedmon. Stolen by Tucker. Schroeder against Harden. It's stolen by Schroeder. To the wing on the left. Teletovic dishes to Dedmon. Bazemore for 3, and he's good on the 3-ball. Bazemore's got the lead up to 6 now for Atlanta. It's Harden with the drive. Here's Tucker. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time.
And really, just when the fans were starting to get into this game, how about the silencer at the other end for a potential game-saving 3?
Boy, I tell you what, guys, one way or the other, some fantastic drama unfolding here.
Teletovic passes to Dedmon. Oh, tried to dunk it home, but drew the foul, and he'll go to the line. That's on Clint Capella.
He gets right to the rim, but the defense there to deter him.
I really like that he didn't shy away from the contact at all. I mean, he was determined to get to the basket, no matter who was offering the resistance.
Harden draws the double. Outside Gordon. And Tucker has it in the corner. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
Defensively, you can't back off him that much. You don't want to give up easy threes at this stage of the game.
Bazemore on the wing. Teletovic's shot is good. And the Hawks lead by 3.
Teletovic has great touch inside. A skilled scorer near the basket.
On the wing, Gordon. Harden kicks it to Tucker. Harden against Schroeder. Pass to Capella. Dedmon with the block. The Hawks leading by 3. Schroeder kicks it to Bazemore. Back to Schroeder. Stolen by Gordon. It's Harden with the drive. Yes, that goes in.
And you know the ball's going to Harden when the game's tight. Terrific at delivering and producing down the stretch.
Harden no good on the free throw. Hawks have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Schroeder dishes to Dedmon. Back to Schroeder. Inside. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a 3-point play. Capella. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game. And the Rockets making a change here. Nene's checked in.
And really a great job to maintain his composure. How about the body control there? Now he gets the and one and turns this into a two-possession game.
We're seeing the red-hot version of Gordon right now.
Schroeder with the ball. And it's Harden picking him up. Stolen by Harden. To take the lead. It's good.
Man, they're getting a fantastic effort from James Harden right now.
29 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Schroeder. It falls.
And this atmosphere is bananas.
Electric in here. I mean, that was a tremendous shot. This crowd all over it. Turned up.
Timeout called. The Rockets. They're trailing by 1. We've got 22 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And with this game closing in on the final buzzer, let's take a look at our Jordan Player of the Game.
And he's up over 50% from the field here tonight. And that speaks to how solid his shot selection has been. Nothing forced and really no bad decisions. Just good, smart, offensive basketball.
Atlanta making some changes. Miles Plumlee comes in for Dwayne Dedmon. And Collins subbed in for Mirza Teletovic. And a switch here also for Houston. Anderson, he's checked in for Nene. Now Bazemore. And so the big win by Atlanta in a tight game. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
I mean,